Now that we've read about Ada Twist being a scientist, let's look at some of the tools that scientists use to be successful. The first tool that I have on is my lab coat. My lab coat helps protect me and my body from harmful chemicals that I may be working with. Another thing that helps keep me protected are my safety goggles. I put these on and strap it in whenever I'm working with a science project. Let's see what else we have. Some other tools that scientists use would be measuring cups. We have all different sizes here. So when I'm working with chemicals, I can measure exactly how much of each chemical I might need. To go along with that, we have this tool, which is called a beaker. I would unscrew the top, and I could carefully use something like a flask to pour my chemicals in together. It comes with a topper so that if I need to keep the chemical and watch the chemical, I can keep it safe. So we talked about the flask as one way to measure, but you can also use test tubes. Test tubes come in lots of different sizes. I may put different chemicals inside each one of these, and then I may take 2 of the same chemical to pour into my flask, which I could then pour it all together into my beaker. Another tool that goes well with my beaker is a funnel. There are 2 different sizes here. You may have seen something like this at home. I would simply take my beaker, put my funnel inside, and I could continue to pour my liquids or my chemicals into the beaker. This would help keep me from spilling my chemicals.
I am going to go over even more science tools. It's amazing how many things that scientists use. The first thing I'm going to talk to you about is this magnifying glass. When scientists do the important work of observing things, they need to look closely at it. It could be small, or they just want to get a closer picture of it. So a magnifying glass is great for that. Magnifying means to make it bigger. So when you look through the magnifying glass, can you see my eye? When you look through the magnifying glass, the things that you look through are even bigger. So it's a great observation tool. Sometimes things are so teeny tiny you can't even see them with your eye. So a scientist will use a microscope. They put it on a little glass plate and they put it under the microscope, and this zooms in even more than the magnifying glass. And you just adjust it until you can see. Let's see, what else do we have here? Ooh, these are tweezers. Sometimes you're going to be working with things that you really shouldn't touch. Maybe they're too sharp, or maybe it has a chemical that would hurt you. So you can use tweezers to pick them up and move them. This is a little eyedropper. Sometimes you just need a little bit of the chemical or water. And if you try to pour it, it would be too much. So with a dropper, you can suction it up and you can do 1 drop at a time. Scientists have to be very precise sometimes when they're mixing chemicals. We also have a thermometer over here. Sometimes you need to know the temperature of things. It could be chemicals, it could be the room. When you're doing an experiment, sometimes the variable you're trying to check is the temperature. So this is a very important tool. Lastly is a tool that you mostly see doctors use, but scientists can use them as well. This is called a stethoscope. You put these in your ear, and then when you press this, it helps you to hear. It's like magnifying what you see, but this is magnifying sound. So you can listen to heartbeats, or you could put it to maybe like a clock and you could hear how it works inside the mechanical part of it. So scientists can use stethoscopes too. All right, so these are just some of tools that scientists can use. I think being a scientist is pretty cool, don't you?